Good morning. Good morning. Internet's working today. Surprise, surprise. Guess sometimes it does work. Sometimes it has a mind of its own. But not today, apparently. Today it's good. So we'll go with that. We will go with that. That's what we'll do. So just waiting on 3 o'clock here. We can start looking for a potential setup. Hopefully you got your combine accounts, your challenge accounts before midnight. Looks like the code is still good for Bulenox. I just checked it. So the code is still good so far for Bulenox. Pushing up here. Might be trying something a little different today. I'm not quite sure. We might. Let's just see what happens. Small range right now anyway, so. All right, tagged in here. We'll be in scalp mode. Looking to scalp today. Could go one of two ways. Could be bad, could be good. Well, that one no work. Supposed to wait for it break a high or a low, so that was kind of broke that low there. Of course, the one I don't put on is probably going to go right to the target, huh? Simple scalping, simple scalping. All right, about 2 minutes here away from the open. Yep. Which way do we think price is going to go? Doesn't really matter. It can go wherever it likes. All right, here we go. 1 more minute. We'll see what happens. Looks like it's been moving down. Yeah, I guess we sold off there overnight. A little bit. 376 down to 336. Oh, 40 points. Guess in the grand scheme of things, not too crazy. Yeah, just crossed over the 3 a.m. Getting some volatility now. All right, let's see what happens. Looks like we're pushing. ES is above the VWAP here. Right above the VWAP. See if we can't get tagged in here. All right, we're tagged in. Let's see what happens. So my everyday strategy for New York, I usually wait for the second kind of confirmation to get in. Taking the first one here. I've never done this during the London. So maybe we do need to wait for the second one because we've taken three losers there. So maybe we need to wait for the second one. What's going on, Juker? Swap the high, swap the low. Juker's awake. Taking any trades, Juker, or are you just watching? You just missed a short view text, so watch it for now. Nice. Sucks. You were camping out, waiting on it to tag you in, and it didn't get you. All right, it's a possible setup here. If we can breach that 51.50, then we can take a long. Obviously, if it breaks the low, we'll look for a short. Yeah, I haven't really tried this strategy during London at all. Funny thing is, Juker, I back tested this this little momentum thing that I was doing yesterday. I only got 3 days deep on it, but it was running pretty solid. It was running 71%, just taking the second entry. So like kind of let it trend a little bit where it goes higher, pulls back, and then goes higher, makes a new high, pulls back, goes higher. Just higher highs, higher lows. If you just take the second one, not the first one, it was looking pretty decent. It's just scalps, obviously, but kind of like what we're forming here. So this would be the first one if it makes a lower low. Then you would take the second one. But obviously this other strategy is if we breach this high, then we take a long. So yeah, not bad. You don't enter any orders before London Open. Just didn't get to me afterwards, but all good. Yeah, that's the thing. I just took two or three trades before we opened there. Okay, this now is a long. Swap the high, swap the low, swap the high again. So let's see if it comes back and gets us. We shall see. This actually makes sense for what I was just talking about too. If if this is the first leg up, then you would assume we get tagged in here, there'd be another leg up. But we'll see. I don't know what the new Apex sale is going to be yet. They haven't announced it as far as I could tell. Checked on their website. I didn't see any new coupons or nothing. Bulenox still looks like they have their sale on right now. Code's still working as far as I can tell for 90% off on the Bulenox. Really? Yeah, it's kind of approaching that VWAP there. Kind of approaching the VWAP. Just curious to see where we're at on that. See, this came back and touched that 50% on this one. We'll see if it makes a higher high here. Want it to be tagged in, but this may not work all that well during London. I mean, this is kind of like a momentum type strategy, and there's sometimes not a lot of momentum to be had there. Three ticks away from tagging us in, and now it's done. Kind of made a higher high there. We shall jump in. So we'll see if it continues here or not. So I actually don't mind if it comes back a little more, tag us in on this one, but we'll see. Or you can just make a new high, that's fine too. Whichever it wants to do. All right, small winner there. Would have preferred it to tag us in, but it didn't. Still gonna leave that order resting there because it's not like price has hugely moved away from it. Excommunicado, good morning. Good morning. Approaching the VWAP. VWAP at 58. ES above the VWAP here. ES is above the VWAP. Nasdaq just approaching the VWAP here. 376 his target. You're short. Asian highs. Oh, no, you're long. I'm talking about short. Yeah, 56. Yeah, that probably makes sense. Is that the Asia high? Let me look. Well, yeah, clearly. That probably would make sense. We did sweep the low earlier, 2 o'clock. You know, though, the only thing that I would say is it may only run the midnight highs. Sometimes it does that. We got a double top right there at 61.50. So it might only run that double top. We'll see. This thing is right at the view, dirty dog. Oh, I moved the wrong one. We got to continue higher here. Just kind of sweep. Oh, that needs to be up there. So we popped above the VWAP there for a second. Now we're pulling back. Need us to make one more run at that VWAP there and get going. We'll see what happens. Well, we'll see if we get tagged in down here off that 30%. I'm okay if it comes back to that 30% level of that first. It's not that far off of it. And then maybe it continues higher. Or it can just continue higher. Either way would be nice. The ES kind of rejecting that VWAP there. It's not a good look. We didn't quite run that 61. It's kind of that next level of liquidity, at least immediately. You would think it's the midnight highs. So right back down here. Still got that extra order resting at that 30% level there. All right, tagged in on that one too. Tagged in on that one. Let's see what we can get. See if it can't push up. 61.50. Maybe we'll put one at 61.50 there. Should be able to get a sweep of that area. Push through that 59.25. Just give us the 61.50 already. Should get us back into the green if we can get that. I'll move the stop here on 1. See if this thing can continue to push. Ideally, we just push right through the 60s here. Just going to put that one at stone cold even. Want to see it continue higher. We shall see. I would like to see this push through there. Let's see what we can do. Let's get going. All right, starting to push here. Let's kind of see what happens. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button for me. If you're not yet subscribed, you know what to do. Subscribe. Helps the channel. Thank you. Thank you. All right, they're reapproaching the VWAP here. Let's see if we can get that pop above this time. ES got a back above the VWAP there. And move my stop up there to lock in 3 handles. Well, it's not quite 3. I mean, theoretically, you would think this thing would just push right through there if it's going to. I don't really want it to revisit this area. Suppose it still could. So let's see what happens. See if we can't push through there. 376 is excommunicados target. Should we just move our target up to there too? Just rest it right there and see what happens. I mean, if we could move above the VWAP and make it stick, I mean, it's very well we could go for that, right? It's very well we could. We'll see what happens once it gets through that 60 area, whether it turns back down or just goes. ES is up to the 92s. Let's kind of see what happens. Boner candle. Little boner candle there. Just through that 61. See if we can just keep going. ES up to 94s. I'm going to move this up, lock in some. Probably trailing it too close there, but the let's see, where's the VWAP? 57. Yeah, that probably is too close. We'll move it to this little swing low here. Just locking in 7 handles. We'll lock in 7. See if it can hold above the VWAP here would be ideal. And just continue higher. So it ran that liquidity there at 61s. You know, it could just turn down from there. I mean, it could go for the next level would probably be up here. You got a little double top there. You can see you had a double top here too. That was the midnight open high. So if I was doing the silver bullet this morning, that would be kind of what I would be watching this area. I'd be looking for some sort of shift back to the downside. That would be the first area that I would be watching. But we're not doing that this morning. Could close here and just be in profit for the day, but I think we'll be down a little bit if we get stopped out. I like to see it hold the VWAP. Don't want that push above and then pull back. I feel like I'm probably going to get stopped out here. But she still could go. We'll see. Let's hold that VWAP there and push on through. Give us the 76. Give Excommunicado his target. We make our target his target, and we roll with it. See, this is where my stop would be if I was taking this momentum trade that I probably will be taking tomorrow. I would be fibbing this leg and taking the 50%. My target would be at the high. Try to zoom in on this a little bit here so it's not so tiny. That's the thing, like during London, right? If you can pick a direction and you can be right on it, you can kind of ride it to the next pool of liquidity. Trying to enter and exit, it's one thing I figured out on London is like trying to take 5-6 entries, you're going to end up being wrong and giving money back. So if you can kind of find which way you think it's going to go and it heads that direction, then you can capitalize on that. So I'm going to move my stop just to this swing low now. So that's kind of where it would have been anyway on this push back up. My target would have been the 65s. So I wouldn't want it to kind of pull back to here anyway. And if it does, it's fine. We're locking in 10 handles, 10 and a half, 10 and a half, $200, I think. So we would be in green even if it came back and hit us. That would hit our target right there. We probably should have added. It's probably one thing I should be considering. I'm liking these little pullbacks. These little pullbacks to the 50% fib in the leg. You can see like right here, pull back to the 50%. That's your target. Then your next leg would be you'd fib from here to here. Which I don't know if that was 50% or not. Let's look. Looks like it was. Why did the fib not work? No, it would be here to here. Ooh, that was close. It almost hit the 50%. Might get stopped out here. Looks like it's coming back for our stop. That's okay. If we do, we'll be in the green for the day. Maybe like $40. We took a couple of boneheaded trades right there before the 3 o'clock hour. Not really boneheaded. We just kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of, I haven't really tested that strategy on the London session, and I was jumping in on the first leg instead of waiting for the second. If I was waiting for the second leg, then would have worked. But this is the strategy that I've been using. You can see swept the high, swept the low, and then re-swept this high. You pull your fib, you take that 30% pullback. I mean, it hit that 30% on the dot and took off from there. So you can see right here, this is your low, this is your high, or this is your high. So swept the high first, swept the low next, and then re-swept this high. Pull your fib on the manipulation leg right there. Put your order at the 30%. Pull back, boom, tag me in. Let's go. Simple way to do it. Let's just get a burst of energy here. Push it right through the 76s. Kind of turning that 61 into some support here, or the 60 area. So you just want to get a nice little burst of energy here. We can push right through those highs. But we're locking in profit here. We're not at risk of losing, so we just sit back, see what happens. We move up our stop when it's logical, I guess. I mean, theoretically, I could move it up to this swing point now. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, right? Like I said, if we fibbed this one, that would be your pullback, and then your high. So then you want to hold. You'd want it to hold this high to continue higher, right? Let's continue putting in some higher lows until we get to the target. Might get stopped. So anyways, might get stopped out here. We might get stopped out. That's all right if we do. Want to see it kind of keep this higher low, going. Probably trailing it just a tick too close here. Just a tick too close, but that's all right. If you are new here, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We do stream 5 days a week. Try to stream London. I put it back on my schedule to do, but the last 2 nights, mornings here, 3 a.m. Eastern, I'm in Georgia, United States. My internet was out, so they were doing some sort of overnight maintenance. Just can't lose on this trade. I think we're locking in like 240. Can't lose on it. See if it can push into the 76s here. Might get stopped. Yeah, stopped us out there. Well, let's look and see what we got here. Let's see. High, low, and then that would be the high. I mean, you would have expected that to continue higher, I guess. I probably should have just let my stop here. That swing low. I moved it up to that one, thinking maybe we just continue higher lows there, but hindsight is always 20/20, right? You never know. It either goes your way or it doesn't. So we locked in about $240 on that trade. Made up for a little loss that we had earlier. Small loss. The programmer. Asian trade sucks. Oh, Aaron trades. Oh, I don't know. That was my first time seeing Aaron trades. I never had seen him before. Never seen him before. Always, when I get on, I try to look and see who else is streaming, and it's the first time I've seen him. But to each his own. No, I don't stay up till the New York. I stream for maybe like an hour and a half, and then I go to sleep and come back for New York. I literally stream the entire New York session from 9:15 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. There's no way I can't do what Juker does. Excommunicado seems to do that too. Both of those fellows are they're up from the London into the New York. I don't have the energy to do that. Too old. Maybe when I was younger. So that's kind of the target up there. Aaron, how's it going? Appreciate it. How's it going? Yeah, I was just saying, it's the first time I've seen your stream. I haven't. I jump on here on London sometimes, and I've never. Always like to look and see who else is up and streaming. We always like to see. Programmer, you're getting called out now. Show your stats. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I mean, everybody's got a different strategy, right? I'm a scalper for sure. So a lot of entries, a lot of exits. We appreciate it. Yeah, I took a long here, kind of averaged into it. I had two contracts. I took one off here and then um, trailed it a little too tight. I was kind of looking for it to move up to that 76 area, but if you guys haven't already, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed. We're trying to push into the 1,000 subscribers. We got a ways to go. Got a ways to go. You made $2 million off a Luna short when it crashed. Nice. Well, there's 10 different ways to do things. That's just the way it is. Like I say, everybody has their own strategy, and any strategy can work with the proper risk to reward. So, to each his own. Some people take 1 to 3 trades a week. Some people take 1 to 300 trades a week. It just depends. I'm probably in the 300 company. uh, it's kind of pulling back now. Where's that? Yeah, back to the VWAP. ES pushed up to that 94 area, kind of consolidating there now. We are kind of turning that VWAP into support here. Let's see if we can hold it. It's at 58. See if we can hold it. Testing it now. All right, Aaron. Appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. So testing that VWAP there. Let's see if we hold it. Let's kind of look and see what we got here. Swept the high. So if this thing, if it moves back above this high here, then we could take an entry. I mean, it swept this little swing high here, swept this swing low. Wait a second. Am I looking at this wrong? Swept the low, swept the high. Swept the low, so this actually would be a short setup. I don't like shorting into the VWAP. Making 2 million is great, but everyone knows that trading one trade isn't enough unless you quit after that. Satoshi. Who is Satoshi? Oh, looked away. I mean, this is supposedly a short setup, but the VWAP's right there. I don't want to. I ain't taking that. We ain't taking it. At least I don't think we are. If it breaks this high, then it becomes a long setup. We'll sweep the high, sweep the low, sweep the high. That would be a little more logical there. That seems more logical. So we'll see if we get tagged in. Going to take my money, your money, everyone's money. Tries to anyway. It tries to. All right, now let's see if we can get that push up. So a simple setup here. Swept this high. Swept this low. And then reswept this high. So we'll see if this thing can continue. I'm going to keep the risk to reward here just 1-to-1. I'm not going to move it up to 76. Just going to keep it 1-to-1. See if we can't get it. We'll take some of the mess off the chart now to make it a little easier to see. So our stop's just below the swing low there where we tested the VWAP. So see if we hold it or if we don't. ES pulling back into the 93 there. Kind of idiot boxing, just going sideways there on the ES. Nasdaq as well, really. Could really go either way here. Could go either way. See, even if I would have taken the short there, I would have been stopped out because my stop would have been at this swing point right here. So we would have been stopped out on that short. You want to see this just kind of put in a higher low here. Continue higher. Want to see it put in a higher low, continue up. But it might not. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We appreciate it. I don't know. I know that Apex sale was supposed to end at midnight. I'm assuming that it did. Still see the coupon code available for Bulenox. So if you guys are interested in trading futures, looks like the 90% off code should still be working for Bulenox. But Apex, I've not received any kind of. Usually they're pretty good about sending emails and stuff. But let me look. See if anything's came through. Don't see anything so far. Let's check the Discord. See if anything's been posted in there. I don't see anything yet. Pushing up now. Maybe we get this push into our target. I don't see anything. So anyways, maybe it still works, maybe not. Who really knows? The Fed talks in 5 hours. I didn't even look at the news today. Let me see. Let's check out the news. Oh, I'm like looking, where's the? I'm like, where's the news? All right, here it is. So there's no real tier 1 news this week, though. Not for, I mean, obviously there's agriculture and oil, but CPI and FOMC's next week. The bigger stuff. Give us the push on up here. Let's go. Just go ahead and go to the 76. Why not? Everyone's holding back. All right, I'm going to protect my neck here, move my stop on up. Shouldn't really, if it's going to go, it shouldn't revisit this area anyway. It's kind of that swing low. I mean, it could, obviously, but. Jerome Powell talks in 5 hours. I don't know. I didn't see it. Now, I'm just looking in the Discord. I'm not looking at a news channel here. There we go. Push straight up there. Yeah, I just looked in the Discord. It just says no T1 news. But this is an old post. It was from yesterday. And I don't even know who that is that posted that. Oh, wait. Let me see. Let me pull up the actual news. Papa Powell's going to be speaking, huh? Papa Powell. Yeah, whenever he speaks, it seems to be a market mover. Economic news. They changed this website. And ever since they changed this thing, it's so easy. It's so, I don't know why I can never find the news anymore. Who do you guys, what website do y'all use for y'all's news? I was looking for, I use investing.com usually, but they've changed its website and I can't find the news anymore. News. Oh, here's economic calendar. Okay, never mind. Here it is. Let's see what it says. 5:15, Fed Governor Cook speaks. Mortgage apps. Those are 1 star. Fed Chair Powell speaks at 9:15 a.m. So that's 15 minutes before the market opens on the East Coast here. Wonder how long he will speak. But that is 3-star there. William speaks. That's really the only event today. I guess we'll see what happens. See how long he actually yaps. Wonder what that'll do to the open. Googling it. Yeah, that probably is a good idea too. So we just took those trades there. We're up $200 on the morning. That's it on this 50K PA or 50K eval that we just started. So we do have it's 8 or 9 funded accounts that we're back to trading this week. I got my login for my funded futures. So we are funded on APEX, Topstep, my funded futures, and Bulenox. If you guys are just joining us there. Think he's going to make the markets crash? Yeah, maybe. You never know, right? You never know. I go into the day, he's your uncle. He spanks you for your birthday, programmer. He's your uncle. Right? But no, I go into every day. I don't really go into a day with a bias because these scalps, this strategy that I'm using, you're looking for 5 points at a time. It doesn't matter which way it's going. You can almost always get a sweep of one side or the other. So if you're not unfamiliar with the strategy that I'm talking about, so all we're looking for is a sweep of a high, a sweep of a low. This is if you're bullish here, So it'd be, like, for example, just any swing point, right? So right here we have a swing high, swing low. So we swept the high, want to sweep the low, and then we need to sweep the higher high. So once we sweep the higher high, we pull the fib on the manipulation leg. So the leg that made the higher high and the lower low. Take the 30% entry, which we did here. You can see it tagged us in, swept it, came back, tagged us in, and we're just looking for 5 points. Stop goes 5 point, take profit, 5 point stop. Simple. Simple setup. We're not holding it for a long time or anything like that. Just get in and get out. The reason why you made a ton of money in Luna is because you knew the CEO of Luna was going to go and get indicted by DOJ for ignoring SEC. Well, I don't know anything about that. I really just pay attention to what I'm trading. I used to trade other stuff, but since I started trading futures, I really don't pay much attention to anything other than futures. Probably a bad idea, but I love trading futures because you just trade the same thing every day. I don't have to look for a stock or look for something to trade. It's just here. And it's just price action. Just price action. I do respect people who can find other things to trade, though. Finding a stock, making it pay, hard to do. Very hard to do. I have a friend who's, if you guys watched my Boston video, Stuart trades. He's a swing trader. And that's what he does. He locates stocks that he likes, and then he, trades them. Swing trades them. He does pretty well doing that. It's not something I can do. It's not my style. I can't hold. I mean, he'll hold for, a month. I can't do that. He makes those longer swing trades. It's not something that I'm able to do. Maybe one day, but not right now. Not right now. We can't do it. It is interesting to watch other people trade other things, though. Check it out. Sometimes I jump into different streams, watch people trading oil, gold, options. Excommunicado, if you're in here, where are you long from? Now, you said earlier you're looking for that 76 area. Kind of watching the 3-minute chart over here off stream as well. I don't see anything too interesting yet. Really have to breach that 55, 56 area there. It's working on it now. So this could be, well, I don't know though. We're close to that top of the hour. I mean, that's very tiny. Let's drop back down to the 1 minute. Well, actually just missed it. I didn't see it. But we just had that. Yeah, not quite. So maybe we get a push back up into the 60 area. 62. It might start selling down here. We might start getting this pullback without ever running the Asia high. Quite possibly. We had some displacement to the downside now. We breached that low there. So it's kind of your displacement. That's what I would have been looking for. Aaron said you were forever, so you annoying, so you quit. Nah, whatever. I don't believe that. I don't believe you quit, first of all. No reason to quit. To each his own. We have some people that I watch or that are in my chat that they trade completely different than me, and I see them holding trades for 100 points into the red. So Quantower's okay. I don't mind it. I mean, one of the things I do like about it is this new kind of what I'm trying now. I like we got these shortcut buttons and it's easy to throw a fib on. So like this strategy that I'm looking at now, it's just a pullback strategy that I've been using. So you're just like, once we start trending, once you have one leg in the opposite direction, pulls back and then continues to go, I just throw the fib on each leg, take the 50%, 1-to-1, risk to reward. So like right here, it didn't quite get to the 50, so I wouldn't be tagged in on that one. But that second one, which in my back testing, this second pullback, so if this second entry here is running at like 80% a winner. If you only take the second and then you don't take the third or the fourth or the fifth or the sixth, because there's a bunch of trades in there if you look at the strategy. But if you only take that second one, it's pretty solid. I've never tested it in London. So right again, pull back into the 50, stop goes here, target's here. But again, the second one, like I said, is the most profitable one in any leg on the 15-second chart here during London or during New York. 79% win rate. Well, that's good. That's excellent. I have a couple of mechanical strategies that I use that run around 50%, but 2-to-1 risk to reward. 2-to-1 risk to reward. I got some videos on those on my channel if you want to check those out. They're simple. They're not if you're running at 80, 79%, you don't need them, but 50% solid with a 2-to-1 risk to reward, we'll take it. We will take it. I don't know what my win percentage is. Probably bad. I probably should keep up with that, but I don't. But yeah, my back testing, that second leg, that's the moneymaker. I mean, these other ones weren't bad. I think overall it ran at, what did I say it was? I just did it yesterday. Total, it ran 60, where's that? So 82% on the second leg. I don't see where I wrote that down. I want to say it was in the 60s. It was like 68% if you took every one. Let's see. Send it to my cousin. 69%. If you wait, you could literally take every one if you wait for. So you wait for the first one to form, and then you take every one in the leg beyond that, and it ran at 69%. 1-to-1. A lot of trades though. A lot of trades on that. Yesterday there was what did we say? 58 trades yesterday. If I would have taken every one, the commissions would have been like ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. But on one contract, it was $4,800. Just taking scalps. And some of the scalps are like 2-3 points. So that adds up, but it adds up. Just curious if this one's going to play out or if it's going to be a loser. Usually when it takes this long, you can see this is kind of the same play but in the opposite direction, right? We don't take the first one. You don't take the first one because you're not sure. But real estate's about to crash, maybe. Where are you located, programmer? They've been saying that for a minute though about real estate. I sold my house like a year and a half ago. Sold my house, living in a rental. You know, had to sell the house. I didn't have to, but when the value of the home doubles, it's hard not to cash in. Hard not to cash in at that point. Especially when, excuse me, goodness, I can't. I'm friends with a landlord, so he's cheap. His rental properties are cheap, so we knew we had somewhere to go for reasonable. Starting to get some consolidation here. No more expansion. Los Angeles. Oh, okay. I guess it's later in the night, not in the morning for you then. Well, I guess it is morning, 1 a.m. I was in Los Angeles in January for the national championship game, Georgia versus TCU. Oh, yeah, I'm sure real estate's a little different there than it is here. Not quite stopped. We wouldn't quite be stopped yet. That market over there is a little different than the market here, but Capital One stopped allowing debit card payments. Not really? What is that, on credit cards or on mortgages? Or just on everything? They stopped doing the debit cards? Capital One's not my favorite. I mean, it might crash. Rates are certainly high. I think the crashes start in those bigger cities, right? First, like you said, Los Angeles, New York. Here in Georgia, we've still seen, I mean, like it's still, prices have not, they're pretty much unchanged. They're probably down slightly, but not much. Not much. That's what I was kind of waiting for. I was deciding on building a house or buying a house, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it right now. But then again, it's like, well, if prices just continue to rise, then you may as well just bite the bullet and do it. Just pay the higher rates and refi when the rates go down, if they ever do. So, looks like our target might get hit on that third leg. Let's put you through some stuff, though, right? Just kind of curious. Well, I do think that's going to do it for me, guys. 4 o'clock. It's 4:08, so I probably need to go to sleep so we can get up for that New York session. Do appreciate everybody watching. If you are new here, thanks for tuning in. We will be live at 9:15 a.m. Eastern for the New York session if you want to join us. Programmer, take you a nap, get back up at 6:15 and give us a join. Get in there and stir the pot. We like it. We like it. But I do appreciate you guys watching. And we will see you live at 9:15 a.m. It was an article you read online. You think it was on CNN or something. I avoid the news a lot of times. I don't know. So I don't see stuff like that a lot. But I believe you. All right. Well, we'll see you guys back at 9:15 a.m. Eastern for the New York session. Appreciate you guys watching.